This is MaxPreps Friday Night Live, powered by American Family Insurance.
Standing by on the phone, MaxPreps senior writer Mitch Stevens. Mitch, we've been talking about some of the games going on the East Coast. You're in the West Coast, though, and you're actually at a game right now. What game is it, and how is it going?
Well, it hasn't quite started, and good evening. And, it is a California North Region game, St. Ignatius of San Francisco and Granite Bay, and they have not quite started yet. They're about 10 minutes out.
Okay, how's the mood there with the fans? Excited, I'm assuming? They're showing up?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Yeah, it is. This is the first year they've done. We have a very unusual system in California. All of them seem to be a little different, but we have just a bowl system, basically, that are kind of hand-picked teams, kind of like the BCS, and but in this case, they used to just pick the one team from the Northern California against one team from the South, but they've expanded it, so now it's two teams from the North playing each other, and whoever wins goes to the state championship. So this is a new concept. It's at Sacramento State. This facility seats about 22,000, and they'll probably only get half that, if that. And but everybody's real excited, and I don't know if you hear the band playing, but it's great, fantastic.
Well, Mitch, every time the band is on the field in Northern California, you got to watch out. But tell us, what's the?
Of course, he would say that.
What is the? What's the reaction to the bowl games? I know I've read a few things. Certain coaches don't like these regional games because it kind of eliminates one of the best teams from each classification, rather than maybe sending a team down for one division and for the open bowl. What is it mixed? Do people like the regional games, or are people willing to go back to the format of previous years?
I don't think we're going back. I don't. I think, if anything, we're going to move forward. The big complaint here is if you get to a state bowl game, you'll end up playing 16 games, and of course we've talked about this. Texas plays 16 games. Doesn't Florida also? I think and there's only a handful to do. But yes, they are eliminating teams early. For instance, this game hits two teams that have 3 losses, and that's only because they got hot late in the year, and which is fine. These are probably the 2 best teams left standing. But if they had a true playoff like Texas, I think that would work much better, and I think a lot of people believe that. But I don't think they're going back to just a single bowl. This says it will generate a lot of excitement tomorrow. De La Salle and Folsom play, which we'll probably talk about here, which should fill this facility. And so I think we're going to move forward. But it's the first year, and people, they're going to squawk a little bit here at first, but they'll work it out.
Mitch, a quick question. I know normally as reporters we don't like to give our own opinion, but in your opinion, is this a good system? Are you happy with this?
It's really funny. The system itself, no. Nobody shouldn't handpick teams. It should be, you should earn it on the field. Okay. I think everybody agrees with that. Problem is, in California, there's 10 different sections. And until they're all on board, like in Texas, there's one ruling body, and they kind of control everything. It's not the way in California. But with that said, in 6 years of bowl games, all but 3 of them, and they play 5 per year, so talking 30 games, all but about 2 or 3 of them have been fantastic games. Really. So it works one way or the other. But no, I'd rather see the system in Texas or Florida where, you earn it.
Okay.
Mitch, there's a huge game tomorrow night, Folsom versus De La Salle. I think for people outside of California, they may just view this as 2 Northern California teams playing, but really we have a Bay Area powerhouse in De La Salle, and we have one of the top teams in the Sacramento area, Folsom. What is that dynamic like? Are people fired up to see kind of the best from the Bay versus the best from the Sac Joaquin section?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really I just wrote about it. It's online now, but De La Salle has gone all over the United States, taking on all comers. They've people want to play them, but yet they have never played a game in the city of Sacramento, and it's just kind of worked out that way. But but the city of Sacramento and this region, the Sacramento region, really believe that their football is stronger than in the San Francisco Bay Area. And if you look at games over the years, that's proven out. That all said, nobody has ever debated, though, well, there's been one debate, but who the top dog is, and they're in the Bay Area, and it's De La Salle. Now, they get a Folsom High School, which has won a state championship, a bowl game, gets to prove what they can do. They're going head-to-head, and people here in Sacramento are just going crazy about it for a couple reasons. They want their Folsom team to, dethrone the Kings. But they also want, a lot of them are curious. They've never seen De La Salle in person. They've seen them on TV. So there's curiosity and there's intrigue, and yeah, they're going nuts. So they will probably sell this place out. And De La Salle in California has never played in a facility like this. They've drawn 20,000, but in a big, giant facility. They will be loud, and they'll be all screaming for Folsom.
Mitch, can we put you on the spot for a prediction for tomorrow night's game?
Well, I think you've seen it, and I saw what your prediction was. It's kind of ridiculous to bet against De La Salle, and I won't. I just think I predicted 35 to 28, I think, and scoring 4 touchdowns against De La Salle. The game comes down to this prolific offense of Folsom against De La Salle. Has a great defense. The defense will win. I just think they have a little bit more experience, but if Folsom got them, they have just a tremendous system. It wouldn't completely shock me, but De La Salle, I think I said 35-28.
MaxPreps senior writer Mitch Stevens, thank you very much for talking to us this evening. Didn't sound very convincing there.
Well, as a New Jersey, as a New Jersey native, I'm always happy to point out to Mitch, a California native, that De La Salle 0-2 all time against New Jersey schools.
We can go at this all night, ladies and gentlemen. And, of course, you can watch Mitch's full coverage. All you have to do is go to maxpreps.com. He will put everything there. He does such a good job at updating everything, so you can always be up to speed. Speaking of up to speed, I know you're probably wondering, Jason Albert's not here. How am I going to get my plays of the week? OMG, devastation. Don't worry, no need to hit the panic button because you, my friend, are sitting in the hot seat this week. So you
That's
are
right.
going to do the duties of having the plays of the week. Are you nervous?
I've been taking my notes each week for pointers when Jason does it, so
Right.
I'm feeling good. I'm excited.
Okay, you've got big shoes to fill. Take it away.
All right, well, we start in New Jersey, the aforementioned New Jersey Pompton Lakes High School state sectional semifinal. Quarterback Robbie Myers, Hail Mary with no time remaining. Somehow it finds the hands of receiver Daniel Foote. Look at this, gets tipped up, and somehow he comes away with it, and you just see the dejection on Saddlebrook, which just shocking end to their season, but the elation there for Pompton Lakes. They're playing for a section final tomorrow. Play number 2, formerly the nation's number 1 team, Trevon Walters. Obviously, they lost to St. Thomas Aquinas tonight, but in this game, they were rolling. Outstanding run all the way to the house. Trevon Walters, watch here, Joanna, inside pitch. Look at this. Look at that.
There you go.
Makes one man miss, keeps his balance, and then he just breaks it all the way. Manatee, again, had the talent this year. Trevon Walters is a great example of that. Play number 3 from Bowles, T. Mitchell. Look at this. Spin move, just absolutely leaves the defender watching him walk into the end zone. This is something looks like from a video game. Ooh, that's tough. Outstanding play. Play number 4, Mike Carter, Bloomfield High School quarterback. He scrambles to his right. Nothing there. He turns it back, scrambles to his left. Wait, he drops back, scrambles even further to his left, finds a wide open receiver in the end zone. I'm sure that's exactly how they drew it up, and his father is the head coach. So if this play didn't work, there may not be dinner on the table when he got home, but outstanding play for Bloomfield. And we wrap up with an amazing play from Killingly in Connecticut. Desmond Kennewy to Nick Hewitt. to Dane Grauer. Watch it again once more. This is like a hook and ladder, but I'm not sure if it was by design. He was falling and then passed it to Grauer, who nobody home, walks it right in. Joanna, that is play number 5 for your plays of the week.
I love that. Good job. You know what I love about all those plays is that they all look like very unintentional.
Right.
You know, it was just like, this is what we're gonna do. Right. Something like that. Somehow, some way, it worked out. As long as it did. That's the important thing. There's a big game, though. You're not off the hook that you're keeping an eye on in Texas. I mean, Texas is big talk, right?
Yeah.
We've been talking about it pretty much, it feels like, all night. But big game that you're watching.
Yeah, it's a showdown tomorrow. DeSoto versus Southlake Carroll. DeSoto, the nation's number 3 team, led by running back Dontre Wilson, an Oregon commit. And Southlake Carroll, the traditional power from the Dallas area, led by senior quarterback Kenny Hill, a Texas A&M commit. DeSoto has just looked superb on offense this year. They've posted a ton of points. They've steamrolled some actually very, very solid defenses, making it look easy in the process. So they enter the game as the favorite, and a lot of people think this will be DeSoto's year to take home the state title. But as you see here, Southlake Carroll and Kenny Hill, senior leadership. This team finished undefeated and was state champion in Texas' largest classification last year. So they know what it takes to get it done. They have that experience. They have the leadership. They have the poise and the coaching. Hal Wasson does a tremendous job. They have tremendous community support. Just a great program and a great team. So this is going to be, I think, a battle of DeSoto, a well-coached team loaded with athletes, and Southlake Carroll, a well-coached team that's experienced and poised, but may not have the same type of Division I firepower. I'm really excited about this game.
Yeah, big game, and someone that knows all too well about all these games going on in Texas. We've got head coach Craig Chesser standing by from Stony Point. Coach, thank you very much for talking to us this evening.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Coach, I think you must be the unluckiest coach in the country this year. 4 1-point losses. Are you guys fired up and already looking forward to 2013?
Well, we're kind of having to start over. They built a new high school down here in Round Rock, and it affected us a little bit more than what I thought it would. But real proud of our kids this year. Played extremely well. Very tough games and games that we could have won, and we just couldn't find a way to get it done. So we're the kids are motivated, and we're having a good off season so far.
Now, Coach, in 2010, you guys actually defeated DeSoto not once but twice. Once in the regular season and again in the playoffs. This team right now, it seems like it might be invincible, but you guys were able to knock them off twice. What was your secret in 2010 to holding off DeSoto 2 times?
I don't know that it was so much a secret. Obviously, there's no secrets. I mean, we just try to prepare for them. We played them one time up at their place, and it was a good football game. We had a lot of turnovers, or they had some turnovers in the second half, and we took advantage of that, and it helped us out. We also had a touchdown called back. Our offense was real good that year. We finished number 1 in the state of Texas that year on offense. And then, in the playoffs, it was a wild game. It was a game that we kind of scored at will, and they got back on the field and then they scored. So it was a 72-48 contest, kind of one of those crazy scores. But their talent is phenomenal. It's one of the best I've ever been around. And I used to coach at North Shore, another dominant player in the playoffs right now. And we had great talent, but their talent may be the best I've ever been around. And I think Coach Mathis does a good job with those kids. And I think this game's going to be an outstanding game.
So, Coach, schematically, what would you tell Southlake Carroll head coach Hal Wasson, to prepare on defense? What X's and O's wise would be the advice that you would give him in trying to slow down that DeSoto offense?
Well, I certainly wouldn't give him any advice. He's a very accomplished coach. But what I would say is, you got to run your stuff. You can't get out of your playing. You got to run your stuff. But you got to tweak a few things. They put a lot of back out of the backfield vertical, and then that was something we adjusted to the second go-round. And, there's some things that you can do that may help you a little bit. But for the most part, we allowed our front four to get pressure on them, and we brought pressure on occasion. And we didn't really treat it as much as a different type of game, but just a game we need to be very aware that they could score at any given time because their speed is just that outstanding. So, and talking with Coach Wasson, if I were to do that, I would just say just stay within what you do and let your kids play, and just hopefully things will work out.
Coach Chester, thank you very much for talking to us this evening. We wish you the best of luck. Now we know that you are focusing on your new season. We wish you the best. All right, and now it's time to take a live look outside, brought to you by Play On Sports Network. This live look that we're taking in right now, it's North Cobb and Lovejoy. Lovejoy is up 63-42 in the fourth quarter with just seconds left in this game right now. 46 as we see that clock just counting down, and Lovejoy doing it.
Is this Lovejoy's basketball team posting 63 points? I mean, my goodness, this is a Class 6A semifinal, and to do that to a good North Cobb team, man, this is going to be a really, really exciting Class 6A final with Norcross on the other side of the bracket. Now it looks like Lovejoy is punching their ticket.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, could be a 50-51 game, or sometimes when you have two teams that have been known to post a lot of points, sometimes it ends up being a defensive affair. But again, Class 6A state title game in Georgia next week. Lovejoy probably, it's not set in stone yet because that game is not over yet, but probably will take on Norcross in what should be a very exciting game.
Yeah, now that game is officially over right there. The Lovejoy up 63. They won. Congratulations to them. Once again, that live look brought to you by PlayOnSportsNetwork.com.
This is MaxPreps Friday Night Live, powered by American Family Insurance.